Welcome back to the channel. If you are returning, welcome. If you are new here, I am the Blunt Reader, and this is going to be a reading for all signs to see what you need to release and what you need to embrace. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it cannot and will not resonate with every single person who is watching this video. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by going to my website at thebluntreader.com. That information is down below in the description box. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I post channeled messages as well as pick a card readings at The Blunt Reader. With all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into these readings. Spirit, what does Pisces need to release? Ten of Swords. Looks like some sort of pain, maybe some betrayal. Looks like you finally need to do a cleansing, a purging of things that have happened, because this doesn't feel like just one event. It feels like multiple things. Release the heavy energy, release the tension, release the pain, the hurt. Feelings of inadequacy is coming up. So if you feel like you're not good enough, if you have issues with self-esteem, whatever negative narrative that you are saying to yourself is something that needs to be released. Also, release being a victim. And in some cases, you may have been a victim, but that doesn't mean that you have to stay in that energy forever. So it looks like some pain, some hurt, some discomfort is what you need to let go of. Spirit, what does Pisces need to embrace? We have the Fool. Embrace this new beginning, a new opportunity. The Ten of Swords is about an ending. The Fool is a beginning. This also says to release any fear, doubt, or hesitancy that you may have about going into a new situation. Have faith. Believe that the universe is going to look out for you, because it will. Especially if this has to do with like a relationship and you've been hurt in relationships in the past. And maybe you're talking to somebody new. Maybe you're getting back out into the dating world. Don't take this fear with the Ten of Swords into this new situation, because it's not going to turn out well for you. Because that fear that you put out into the universe is ultimately going to show up in your reality, and then it's just going to be a repeat of the same thing. Please clarify the Ten of Swords for Pisces. The Tower. Because something came to an end. Maybe it happened unexpectedly. I don't really feel like it was unexpected, though. I feel like you knew it was going to end. Maybe not in that exact way. Maybe you didn't know it would feel like this. But I feel like there's always a warning. Please clarify the Fool for Pisces. Please clarify the Fool for Pisces and what they need to embrace. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. For some of you, this could also be for the women. It could be that you have experienced a miscarriage or infertility issues, and this is a new opportunity. Maybe you're, fearful, or you don't really want to try again because you don't want to be disappointed again. But there is good news ahead. This Page of Swords and the Fool is giving me like inquisitive energy. Like, ask questions about whatever this new situation is. Explore, go on this adventure, but also gain knowledge from it. So embrace the opportunity to learn, to do something different, to see things differently. Maybe there's a lesson you need to learn from whatever has ended. So what you need to release is whatever the situation is that has ended, and the feelings that are associated with it. Doesn't mean that, you just ignore those feelings. Acknowledge them so you can heal them, but that's what needs to be released. And then you need to embrace the lessons and the new opportunities that follow. So there you have it, Pisces. Aries, welcome to your reading. Spirit, what does Aries need to release? What do they need to release? I'll leave it to y'all to get all these cards. We have the High Priestess, the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. Looks like what you need to release is overcompensating, working too much, not taking a break, not taking time off, being so focused on work that you neglect everything else. There needs to be more balance, but it feels like you're working too much or you're overextending yourself too much in some way. The Six of Pentacles has to do with balance, but it also has to do with somebody who's very generous. Generous with your time, generous with your money. But it looks like what you need to release is, one, overworking with this Eight of Pentacles, overextending yourself, also overgiving. Listen to your intuition with the High Priestess here. This feels especially true for relationships. It could be that, on your job, you're working overtime and you're just doing a whole lot. Maybe you're working towards a goal, but just make sure that you're also taking time off. But in your relationships, make sure you're not the only person working and putting forth the effort, and everybody is just coming to you with their hand out or wanting something, needing something. And it could also be that you are overcompensating because you feel like you're not good enough. Could be some issues with self-esteem there. What does Aries need to embrace? Ace of Cups. Love. But I feel like it's love that you don't have to struggle for, you don't have to fight for. It's a healthy and balanced partnership, which I don't feel like you've necessarily been experiencing. Spirit, please clarify the High Priestess, the Six of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So we have the 6, the 8, and the 9 of Pentacles. What's missing is the 7 of Pentacles. I feel like what you need to release is the struggle and realize that you are abundant with this 9 of Pentacles. And I just posted a channeled message the other day, I don't remember what day it was, about people who feel like they have to struggle, they have to work 10 times as hard in order to get what it is that they want, but you don't. Not saying that everything is just going to be handed to you or it's going to be easy, but it damn sure doesn't require that you break your back for every single thing that you get. Please clarify the Ace of Cups. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Swords. Embrace being selfish with this 4 of Pentacles. Embrace holding back and not giving so much of yourself in whatever way that may be to people who don't necessarily deserve it because they're not giving you anything in return. So what you need to let go of is overextending yourself, and what you need to embrace is true and genuine love that does not require you to overextend yourself or struggle in order to get, a piece of love from this person. Learn to pull back, learn to balance. There you have it, Aries. Spirit, what does Taurus need to release? We have the 6 of Cups, and we have the 3 of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower, so there could have been an ending, possibly in a relationship. Looks like what you need to release is the relationship, though, or the idea that this relationship is going to come back around. This person could be at a distance from you. Could be a long distance situation. Not that you need to release it because it's a long distance situation, but, just it could be a long distance relationship that didn't work out for whatever the reason is. What does Taurus need to embrace? We have the 6 of Pentacles, and we have the High Priestess. With the High Priestess here, the first thing that I heard was lean not on your own understanding, which means you don't know what you need. You may not even know what the hell you want. Don't rely on just you. Rely on your intuition. Rely on whoever you believe in spiritually in order to get the guidance. So embrace your intuition, your inner knowing that you may have been ignoring. I also feel like it's necessary for you to embrace generosity from people. You may be wanting to manifest things, but at the same time, it seems like you have a hard time receiving just small things from people. So if you can't receive in that way, how do you expect to receive from the universe? It all goes hand in hand. You have to be open to receive on all levels, on all planes. So be open to receive. But in order for you to receive, you also have to let go of something. You have to make sure that your hands aren't full, that your hands aren't occupied, so that you have space in your life to receive whatever it is that you are trying to receive. In both of these cards, their hands are occupied, or their hand is occupied. With the Three of Wands, the man is holding a wand. The Six of Cups, there's a cup in the hand. In both of these cards, we also can't see their other hand, so we don't know what's going on with that. But you have to release, looks like a relationship for most of you, in order to receive something else. Also be willing to receive and embrace generosity from people. Please clarify the Three of Wands and the Six of Cups for Taurus. We have the Six of Wands, the Magician, and we have the Empress. Again, with the magician for me is the master manifester, somebody who's trying to manifest something. And maybe what you're trying to manifest is some sort of success in your life, but there's something that you need to release in order to get this success. There may also be a need to release judgment, whether that's judgment of yourself, judgment of others. The Six of Wands, feeling like you're high and mighty. You may need to be humbled in some way. For some of you, it looks like you definitely need to release a relationship, or at least the idea that you're going to reconcile with this person. Not saying that you won't reconcile with this person. It just may be that you're focusing way too much on this, and that is ultimately pushing it away from you instead of calling it into you, with the Magician being here. And like I said, for others of you, you may need to humble yourself. So what you need to release is judgment, whether of yourself or of other people. And what you need to embrace is, one, your intuition, with the High Priestess being here, allowing that to be your guide. Also embrace your gifts, whatever gifts those may be. So it could be actual material gifts, but with the High Priestess and the Six of Pentacles, I also feel like it's your psychic abilities, whatever title you want to use if you don't like the term psychic abilities. But we all have them, and it may be time for you to embrace that you do have power, especially with the Magician being here. Embrace your spiritual journey, your spiritual path, what you are supposed to be doing here. And it could be giving to other people in some kind of way, maybe with your gifts and talents. So there you have it, Taurus. What does Gemini need to release, Spirit? We have the Six of Wands. What does Gemini need to embrace? The Empress. Okay. I feel like your energy is very much so similar to Taurus. With the Six of Wands being here, it could say that you need to release this energy of being like high and mighty and being on your high horse and looking down at other people. So judgment. We do have judgment at the bottom of the deck. So release judging others. Please clarify the Six of Wands for Gemini. Nine of Swords. It also looks like you need to release any doubt, fear, stress, anxiety around your success. So you may be feeling like you're not going to accomplish things, you're not going to get to the level that you want to get to, you're not going to accomplish your goals, manifest what you want, have what you want in your life. Whatever it is that you're telling yourself that is negative, cancel that. That's what you need to release. The negative narrative that you keep repeating to yourself. Also feels like some level of confusion, especially as it has to do with your emotions. And with the Empress being here for what you need to embrace, it's like, one, embrace your feminine energy. Dig deeper into that. But also realize that you are the Empress. that you are in control, that you have the power to create whatever it is you want to create, because the Empress does create. She is the mother. She is the one who gives life, and not just, in the literal sense of having a child, but gives life and creates and births new ideas, new projects, whatever it is that she wants to create, essentially. So you have to release these doubts and fears that you have and embrace your own power, your inner power, your inner strength. Please clarify the Empress. We have the King of Swords. For some of you, this King of Swords is somebody that you're connected to. Could also be your energy. But could be somebody that you're connected to, but you have fear and doubt surrounding whether or not this connection is going to be successful. So what you need to release is those doubts and fears about this connection being successful, and what you need to embrace is the connection. Please clarify the King of Swords and the Empress. Ace of Cups. Yeah, what you need to embrace is the connection, is love. So release any doubts, fears, worries, insecurities that you have. Could also be, past hurt and trauma that you also need to release and deal with, and embrace this person. For some of you, you are already talking to this person, but maybe you haven't been giving it your all because you feel like it's not going to work out for whatever that reason may be. But for others of you, this could be somebody who's coming in, but again, you may be on guard already, so you may not be so willing to accept that, but this is what you should embrace. Love. And an opportunity to love and be loved. So there you have it, Gemini. What does Cancer need to release, Spirit? The Hierophant. And what do they need to embrace? What does Cancer need to embrace? The Queen of Cups. With the Hierophant here, the Hierophant is a marriage card for me. So for some of you, you could be, leaving behind a relationship, a marriage, a long-term commitment. This also feels like, I don't want to say you're abandoning your upbringing, but maybe some of the things that you were taught, some of the beliefs that you had because of how you were raised, you are releasing that and embracing you, really. The Queen of Cups is somebody who's really intuitive, so maybe you're tapping into your intuitive abilities and gifts. Maybe instead of being, religious and whatever religion you were raised in, now you're more spiritual and getting on your spiritual path. Something to that extent. Please clarify the Hierophant. We have the Page of Cups. Please clarify this Page of Cups with the Hierophant. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Star, and we have the King of Cups. So King and Queen of Cups could definitely be a couple that is married. I feel like there's uncertainty about whether or not you want to continue this situation, whatever type of situation it is for you. With this Two of Pentacles, somebody is unsure. We got a whole lot of water here, so you could be connected to another water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio could also be an Aquarius. But if you are confused, if you are back and forth with this Two of Pentacles about whether or not to continue to work on this, I feel like you could work on it. But what you need to release is the doubt, the uncertainty with this Two of Pentacles. And there's also something that needs to be healed in this situation. So whatever it is that you're still holding on to, which may also be affecting, your decision, that's also what you need to let go of. It feels like it's uncertainty. whatever this is, even if it's not a relationship for you, it could be, you know, your spiritual path and what exactly you want to do regarding that. It could be a career, a job choice, and you're could be torn between two situations, two options, two choices, but it feels like you are uncertain, maybe lacking direction and clarity, but that's something that you have to release. Please clarify the Queen of Cups. We got the Hierophant and the Knight of Swords. You got the Hierophant here twice, so it could definitely be a marriage, especially with the King and Queen of Cups here. I feel like what you need to embrace is change, because the Knight of Swords is here, and the Knight of Swords for me is about change, but it's change that happens quickly, so it can create a bit of a disruption, can kind of shake things up, and maybe you have been resistant to things changing. And I feel like with all of this water here, I mean, outside of the fact that, you know, you're a water sign, it's like go with the flow, embrace change instead of resisting it with this Knight of Swords. So what you need to release is uncertainty, possibly something that needs to be healed in this connection. There needs to be forgiveness. And what you need to embrace is change. Also, what you need to release is resistance to change. And just allow what is going to happen to happen. So, there you have it, Cancer. Spirit, what does Leo need to release? Seven of Swords. Some sneakiness, some deception. This could be you being sneaky to somebody. If that's the case, then you need to release your sneaky ass behavior. But you could need to walk away from somebody who's been deceptive towards you. What does Leo need to... Okay. Six of Swords. Three of Cups in reverse. So yeah, definitely looks like... Well, we already know there's some deception here. With the Seven of Swords, like I said, though, is something that you may need to walk away from if somebody is being deceptive to you. If not, the Six of Swords is saying you need to move away or release your sneakiness. Three of Cups in reverse says that there could have definitely been a third party, which could have been the deceptive energy that was here. Somebody had somebody else. But I feel like that information is out. Like, you know this already, or you're gonna know. And when you find out, what you need to release is this person. If you have a third party, then what you need to release is the third party, or maybe even the person that you're with. Because if you want to be with the third party, then free the person that you're with and do what you want to do. What does Leo need to embrace? What does Leo need to embrace? We have the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Star, and the Wheel of Fortune. Not going to take it, but just to tell you, we have the Five of Wands, and we have the Eight of Wands. With this Five of Wands and Eight of Wands, it kind of feels like what you need to embrace is the truth. Maybe it's something you saw. Maybe it's something you heard. Maybe somebody communicated something to you with this Eight of Wands. The Five of Wands is about chaos. It's conflict, it's not seeing eye to eye, but what you could be arguing about is what you found out about. But I feel like what you need to embrace is the truth. Please clarify the Seven of Swords, Six of Swords, and Three of Cups in reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles. There could have been deception. Maybe you already moved away from this person because you found out about a third party, or you found out that they were lying about something, but they're coming back around with this Knight of Pentacles. It may take some time for them to come back, but they want to reconcile. Still feel like it's something you should release. Please clarify the Five of Wands and the Eight of Wands. For some of you, this could be a marriage. I feel the Four of Wands energy here. Five of Swords, Two of Cups. Like I said, definitely some conflicts here. Five of Swords and Five of Wands is very similar energy. You got the Five of Swords, Six of Swords, Seven of Swords. I feel like if you moved away from this person, which is essentially what you need to release, then you're moving in the right direction. 5, 6, 7. And I feel like what you need to embrace is, like I said, the truth and the fact that things have changed. Two number fives, the number 5 talks about changes, major changes. I feel like you have to embrace the ending. Please clarify this Five of Swords and the Two of Cups. Ten of Swords, yeah. Embrace the ending. Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck again, because I don't feel like it's going to be any better. At least not in this energy. Things can always change, but in this energy, I don't feel like it's going to get any better. So, release this relationship and embrace change. Embrace the ending. Embrace the fact that whatever the truth is that came out in this situation, or will come out, it is what it is. Like, the truth is the truth. Facts are facts. So, embrace it. There you have it, Leo. What does Virgo need to release? Four of Swords. What does Virgo need to embrace? The Fool. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. So in terms of what you need to release, what's coming to mind is like passive aggressiveness. Passive aggressive is what comes to mind, but I don't necessarily feel like that's what it is. I feel like it's more so being nonchalant, like kind of shutting down if something is happening that you don't necessarily like, or if it's not happening in the way that you want it to happen, like you just like fuck it and you shut down. I feel like what you need to embrace is a new way of doing things. Please clarify the Four of Swords. We have the Seven of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups is sticking out too. Yeah, because the Seven of Pentacles is like cutting your losses. So it's like as soon as something happens that you don't like, is you out. Bye. I'm gone. You shut down, you walk away, you cut people off. It's just like bye. So I feel like what you need to release is giving up or quitting or walking away, depending on what type of situation it is. Please clarify the Fool. The Devil. We have the Knight of Swords. Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I feel like what you need to embrace is your shadow side, because it is a part of you. It is a part of what makes you you and how you show up in the world. We like to pretend that it does not exist, but it is there for a reason. We have the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is about putting in work and putting in effort. So maybe there is some work that you need to do, you know, with your ego. That's something that you need to get in check, get in line. But like I said, it's a new way of doing things. So with what you need to release, it's like you just shut down, you ignore it, you block it out, you isolate yourself, whatever the case may be. But with what you need to embrace is a new way of doing things. Also embrace your shadow side, because that's the only way you're going to be able to tackle it, is if you admit that it's there. And that maybe the way that you've been handling things isn't the best way, and that you're not always right. Try a different way. Release the way that you have become accustomed to handling things and embrace a new way of doing things. Please clarify the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. We have the King of Wands. And we have the Nine of Wands. Could be with a specific person that you are this way with. The Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Could be dealing with the Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries. It's because you're defensive. Like you have your guards up. And so that's why you kind of shut down and go into your little corner and hide, or you cut people off. Because you're on guard. That's what needs to be released. Lower your guards and realize that there's another way to deal with this situation. There you have it, Virgo. Spirit, what does Libra need to release? We have the King of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. What does Libra need to embrace? Two of Cups in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay. Well, shit, it looks like you embracing an ending. And it could be something that you've been holding on to with this Four of Pentacles. It could be that this King of Wands person that you are connected to, a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries, doesn't have to be, but somebody that you are connected to. Could be somebody that you have a family with or who you live with. You're holding on to this relationship, possibly because you feel like this is your person. You feel like this is the person that you're supposed to be with. Could also be that you've invested a lot of time, energy, and effort into this and you're not willing to let it go. But looks like what you need to let go of is this person. And what you need to embrace is the fact that this is over. I think I said that in Leo's reading. I don't remember. I said it in somebody's reading. But with the King of Wands being here, could be a Leo. Please clarify the King of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ten of... Okay. We have the Five of Pentacles, which is about an ending. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. Maybe you don't want to let go because the sex is good with this Ace of Wands, but it looks like it's over. You got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse for what you should embrace. Queen of Swords is over here. This Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. This Queen is upright. So there could have been somebody else. And maybe that's why things have ended. But at any rate, please clarify. Okay. You knew where I was going with it. Ace of Cups. Eight of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. And Temperance. Makes perfect sense to me. What you need to embrace is the fact that this is over. That this is something you need to walk away from. That this is something that may have you feeling a bit unstable. May not feel like yourself. You may not be feeling very confident. In some kind of way, it has you messed up with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Especially as it pertains to your stability. Because the Pentacles are about stability. So embrace the fact that this is over. Embrace the fact that this is something that you have to walk away from. But also embrace the fact that you'll do a lot better once you move away from this situation. Because the Ace of Cups is here. And this is about love. It's an overflow of love, an abundance of love. This is an offer from somebody who is willing to give you the type of relationship that you want. Temperance being here says that it will be a harmonious relationship. But Temperance also talks about patience and healing. So while you're being patient, work on healing so that you can get yourself into this upright position with the Queen of Pentacles. So release whatever the situation is that you are holding on to and embrace the fact that it's over, but there's something better coming up right behind it. There you have it, Libra. What does Scorpio need to release? We have the Six of Wands. This card has come out a few times for what people need to release. What does Scorpio need to embrace? The Devil. Could be dealing with a Capricorn though, and maybe you need to, embrace your Capricorn. We have the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck, so you could be at a distance from this person. So maybe you need to physically embrace them. We shall see. Please clarify the Six of Wands for Scorpio. We have the Seven of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Two of Wands. Seven of Wands feels like a disagreement where you exchange words. Maybe not the best of words, but exchange words nonetheless. We have the Five of Cups, which says somebody feels bad about whatever was said or whatever was done. Four of Swords, you take a break, you take a step back. This is my fallback card. So you go to your separate corners, you come back out with the Eight of Wands, and you begin communicating again. And the Two of Wands is like you come together. So it feels like a sequence of events here that have taken place. But what you need to let go of is, one, whatever it is that caused the disagreement to escalate, that has to be released. The way in which you communicate. Like, you can say what you need to say. You can defend your point. You can speak up for yourself. But it's all a matter of how you say that. And also if what you are saying and what this other person is saying is being received well and with respect. So respecting one another's feelings. Feels like what needs to be released is something that happened in the past that somebody is still thinking about. That needs to be let go, because there are still two cups there. So there's still opportunity for you to have what you want and get things back on track in this connection. It also feels like there could be somebody who may be grieving or just going through a difficult time, and maybe they've kind of shut down or become defensive because of what they're dealing with. And that may be an unhealthy coping mechanism for this person, and that's something that they need to release. It feels like poor communication skills need to be released. Whatever happened in the past and whoever is still focused on the past, that needs to be released. And if you are the type of person who completely shuts down, blocks people out, or lashes out at people when you're going through things, then that's also something that needs to be released. Please clarify the Devil for Scorpio. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Four of Cups and the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Please clarify. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. We have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. So you could definitely be dealing with a Capricorn. Could also be a Taurus, Virgo, or any other sign. But because the Devil is here, because the King of Pentacles is here, you could definitely be dealing with an earth sign. I feel like this earth sign, though, is just like, It could also be you, but I feel like one of you is not fucking with the other one. With this Four of Cups and this Six of Cups in reverse, like, this reconciliation ain't happening. Like, I see you with this Page of Cups. I see you trying to apologize, trying to make amends, trying to do something to get my attention, but maybe this person is still focused on what happened with this Five of Cups and they have zero interest. So maybe what you need to embrace, if this is the scenario for you, where you're trying to work things out with somebody but they just keep rejecting you, maybe that's something that you need to embrace, that they're telling you no. It may not be no forever, but maybe what you need to embrace is the fact that this person needs space. Four of Swords. They need time to figure things out. Let them come to you with this Eight of Wands when they're ready. Because maybe they're working through something, and if you keep trying and keep pushing, you're just going to push them away. So what you need to release, poor communication skills, definitely. But also focusing on something that happened in the past. And what you need to embrace is maybe that you or this other person still needs time, still needs space. I feel like it's something that you can still work on and move forward, but it's going to take time. Also embrace the fact that not everybody is your friend. Not everybody has your best interest in mind. And maybe what you need to release in that sense is not everything is worth fighting for. With that Seven of Wands, because the Seven of Wands is about fighting for the things that are valuable to you, defending those things, that are valuable to you. But not everything is worth fighting for. especially because not everybody is your friend. Not everybody has your best interests at heart. So use your discernment, use your intuition when it comes to people. There you have it, Scorpio. What does Sagittarius need to release, Spirit? God damn. 7 of Swords in reverse. Look like it might have already come out. What does Sagittarius need? 10 of Pentacles. What you need to embrace is the bag, honey. What you need to release some sort of deception. I feel like it already came out though with the 7 of Swords. Somebody already got caught up. Maybe you were deceiving yourself and you're not doing that anymore, and you have your sights set on the future and building. Like maybe you got caught up with a person, got caught up with a job, got caught up doing something that maybe you know you shouldn't have been doing. Because even though this is about deception, you know, people usually think about deception like, you know, cheating or something like that. It could also be like you being crazy enough to try to deceive the universe, or like, you know, you're supposed to be doing something, like, you know, your intuition told you that you're supposed to be doing something, and instead of doing what you know you should be doing, you do what you want to do and you get yourself caught up in some shit. Could be one of those situations as well. Nine of Swords. Please clarify the 9 of Swords and the 7 of Swords in reverse. The 6 of Swords. You're moving away from something. Could be something that you got yourself caught up in, or something that you were in and you found out something and now you are deciding to move away. Maybe after, you know, overthinking and stressing and worrying about it, but you're moving now. You're moving on. I kind of want to say, like, release anything that you have to question, but at the same time, sometimes people question things because that's just who they are as a person. Like, they just question everything, they overthink everything. Doubt, fears, insecurities, all those things come into play. But I feel like in certain situations, like, you just know. Please clarify the 6 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords in reverse. A lot of swords. The Lovers. It has to do with a relationship. It's a relationship that you're moving away from. Could be a relationship that has your mind messed up. For sure with this 9 of Swords. But I feel like you move away from this. You take your attention, your focus off of this, and shit, you get the 10 of Pentacles. Maybe you shift your focus from this relationship now to you and what you are trying to build for yourself, your career, a business, a job, whatever. But focus on your money and getting a level of stability for yourself. Please clarify the 10 of Pentacles. The 8 of Swords. Embrace the fact that nobody is going to come save you, that you got to get this on your own. Also embrace the fact that you're not really stuck. If you want a way out, if you want to get out, you can. Please clarify the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. But you got to make a decision and you haven't. Judgment in reverse. Also embrace the fact that sometimes players fuck up too. And you judge people in the wrong way. And I don't mean like, you know, judge them in a negative sense. But, you know, you think this person is a really good person and it turns out that they're not. That maybe you were blinded with this 8 of Swords. And that's okay, because it happens. But once you realize that, like, move away from it. Please clarify Judgment and reverse the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles. And the King of Swords. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, we have the 10 of Cups. Embrace that life is about to get fucking amazing once you start making decisions and take this blindfold off and stop waiting for somebody to come save you. There could also be another person that comes into your life with this King of Swords. I feel like this King of Swords person, it could be, you know, anything. It could be somebody offering you a job. It could be somebody that you're doing business with. It could be a relationship partner. Whoever this person is, I feel like they're very generous. and may be generous with their money, with their love, with their affection, with this 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, but a whole lot of generosity here. So in terms of what you are releasing, it feels like a relationship where there was deception, where there was sneakiness going on, where you may have known that you should have walked away, but you stayed a little bit longer than you should have. Release that, move away from that with the 6 of Swords. What you are embracing, it looks like a good life to me. Embrace the fact that, again, nobody is going to come save you, that you are capable of saving yourself, that you may have misjudged this person, and that's okay. Once you realize it, get the fuck out of Dodge. And embrace that there is somebody who's coming towards you, whatever type of relationship you form with this person, who will be very generous and may want to build something if it is a romantic sense. Even if it's not, like, it could be a friendship and it'll be a very good friendship. It could be a business partnership and it would be a really good business partner. But it looks like a solid individual coming towards you and being generous to you in some way. So there you have it, Sag. What does Capricorn need to release? Wheel of Fortune. What does Capricorn need to embrace? The 8 of Pentacles. We ain't got no problem embracing work. Strength. The King of Cups. And the Ace of Cups. Capricorn, y'all could definitely be dealing with a Scorpio. Could also be a Cancer or Pisces. I say Scorpio specifically because the Tower is at the bottom of the deck, and the Tower is Scorpio energy to me, but also in their reading, the Devil came out, and I think it was the King of Pentacles, and I said that they may be dealing with a Capricorn, and now got the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, Cups, and Cups. So, could definitely be dealing with a Scorpio. I feel like this is a given with what you need to release. And with this Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune talks about fortune, good fortune. It's lessons, it's karmic lessons, things that you need to learn, things that you need to experience. It talks about soulmates, but it talks about fated events. And with Capricorns being Capricorns, what you need to release is trying to control how things are going to happen or when they're going to happen. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is here saying to relinquish control. And what I feel is the Hangman energy, which for me is more of a go with the flow type of energy, which can be kind of difficult for Capricorns. I'm a Capricorn, so it's difficult for me. I'll say that. Please clarify the Wheel of Fortune for Capricorn. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the World, and we have the 3 of Wands. Some of you may also be dealing with an Aries or a Leo, whatever. The sign doesn't matter. I also feel like this is saying to release the past, like in what has happened with the World and the Wheel of Fortune being here. It's like, okay, it happened, you experienced it, but now let's move forward. Because the 3 of Wands is always an energy of like looking towards the future, growth and expansion, bigger and better things, moving forward in a positive way. But you can't do that if you're still focused on what has happened in the past. I feel like one is saying relinquish control. Like you can't control when, where, how, and why things happen. Like it's going to happen as it is supposed to happen. So allow that to happen. But it's also saying to let go of the past, allow these past cycles to close out. And it could be, a relationship, because we got a lot of, water and relationship type energy here. And it could be a past relationship that in some way you're still focused on and you're kind of hung up on that. Not necessarily that you want to be with this person from your past. I mean, you could. But it could just be whatever happened in that situation, however you handled things in that situation, or your ex handled things in your relationship is affecting how you handle things in your current situation. And I feel like Spirit is saying let that shit go. Because there's something great right behind you with this 5 of Cups. And what you need to embrace. What you need to embrace is one, this King of Cups person, whoever that is for you. Embrace love. Embrace this person loving you. And maybe that's something that makes you fearful because maybe it's a different type of love. Like you never experienced this before. Or you don't want to experience it and get comfortable in it and then it disappears or you end up getting hurt. Let that shit go. Eight of Pentacles also says be willing to embrace that relationships take work. And that is going to take work to get to where you want to go. This could also have something to do with a job. Maybe there's something that you've been focused on work-wise, and it's something that you need to let go. Maybe you need to start, looking elsewhere. Dreaming bigger, thinking bigger. Going towards something that you love, something that you enjoy. And I don't feel like putting in work is ever going to be an issue for you, Capricorn, but make sure that you're putting in work where it matters, where it counts. You may also be focusing on work too much and not necessarily the relationship or relationships in general. But embrace the fact that this person is here and trying to love you, or they will be here and they're trying to love you, and it's, genuine. How they feel, what they want is genuine. I feel like it's a strong connection, but it is going to take work. It is going to take getting your ego under control. It's also going to require that you embrace the fact that you can't change people. You can't tame people with this Strength card being here. And again, what you need to release is relinquishing control. So that could be control of just life and wanting to know when, where, and how everything is going to happen. But it could also be you trying to control a situation in your relationship or control your partner. Not necessarily that you're, telling them what they can and can't do. But, you want things to go your way. And that may be something you got to give up or work on. Please clarify the Eight of Pentacles, Strength, the King of Cups, Two of Wands, Seven of Cups. So we have the Two of Wands, we have the Three of Wands. Embrace that you have support, that you have help, that you don't have to do it all alone. Also embrace the fact that you may not have been seeing things clearly in this situation, maybe because you are still jaded by something that happened in the past with this Five of Cups that's over here in what you need to release. Because Seven of Cups is about illusions. It's not seeing things clearly. You could also be connected to a Pisces because the Seven of Cups is definitely Pisces energy for me. So embrace this connection, whatever type of connection it is. Embrace the fact that you don't have control over everything, and that's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. And embrace the fact that you may not have been seeing things clearly. And that's something that you also have to work on. There you have it, Capricorn. For what does Aquarius... Okay. Five of Swords. Y'all just real eager to get out here, so we just gonna roll with it. Didn't I tell y'all? High Priestess in reverse. I feel like y'all jumping the gun. Hell, the way these cards just flew out. And it kept doing that when I was shuffling the first time. And I kept putting it back because I was trying to get, my question out. But, hell, maybe that's the energy with this Five of Swords here. Either you or somebody that you're around feels like they can't get a word in edgewise because you just keep talking or you keep cutting them off. And that's creating more conflict. And so then they just walk away like, fuck it. You ain't trying to hear what I got to say. No way. Could also say that you're jumping the gun and not listening to your intuition with what it is you need to do or how you need to move forward. What you need to embrace is your intuition. You need to listen. And that could be listening to your intuition, but also listening to people around you. We'll see. Please clarify the Five of Swords for Aquarius. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. Again, that combative energy. Like, look at this person. Like, angry. Ready to attack. Why are you so angry? Or why is somebody so angry with you? looks like what you need to release is some anger. And like I said, maybe not listening to people or cutting people off. Please clarify. Okay. 3 of Swords. Maybe you're angry because somebody hurt you. 7 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Because your emotions are all over the place. You're being impulsive. You're being reactive. Not being the very logical person that you usually are. When your emotions get involved, just fucks you all up. Looks like there's some hurt, some anger, some impulsive decisions, poor communication skills that need to be released. Please clarify the High Priestess, the Magician. I'm just not gonna even ask. Just whatever you want to come out. We're gonna go with that. Page of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Swords is sticking up as well. The 6 of Swords says that you may need to move away from something. What you need to move away from is this damn conflict with the 5 of Swords. There's uncertainty though with this 2 of Pentacles. You got the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Both of these are very fast energies. Feels like you may need to slow your ass down. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And it could have something to do with something that is being offered. Or something that was offered and you jumped on it and now it's not turning out all that great. But you failed to listen to your intuition, or you're not listening to your intuition now. And that may be why it's difficult for you to make a choice. So release whatever this animosity, anger, bitterness, hurt is. Release your emotions, but I mean not like this, in a healthy way. Embrace your intuition because it's trying to tell you something. I feel like the answer is right in front of you and you still can't see it. Maybe because you're so angry, so riled up, so worked up that you can't see it. But I feel like the answer is right in front of you. And you're still like, oh, I don't know. But like it's here with the Page of Pentacles. And you're rushing past it with this Knight of Wands. I don't feel like it's wrong to feel how you feel. So if you are angry, if you are hurt, if you are upset, if you are whatever you are, I don't feel like you're wrong for feeling how you feel, but there's a better way to channel that energy. So release whatever is going on over here, conflict, impulsive decisions, hurt, anger, whatever. Release all of that and be more willing to listen. Embrace listening to your intuition and again to other people. Because like I said, somebody may feel like they can't get a word in. Like there's no talking to you. There's no explaining anything to you, or you feel like this about somebody. Embrace a different approach. Maybe a more practical approach. But this Magician is like try different ways. Use other resources in order to get your desired outcome. Because like I said about channeling your anger, like it's okay to be angry, but what are you going to do with that anger? What are you going to do with those emotions? And maybe you need to redirect the anger. Maybe you're mad at somebody else, or you're taking your anger out on somebody and it's not even their fault. There you have it, Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching. I truly, truly appreciate it. Be sure to like this video if you have not. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thebluntreader. Share, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all next time.